The New England Patriots have entered the postseason with a sense of momentum that seems almost unstoppable, and fans from across the nation are buzzing with anticipation about the team's potential impact on the biggest stage in football. With the Super Bowl approaching, the discussion surrounding the matchup against the Seattle Seahawks has become electric, and while some commentators continue to underestimate the Patriots' defensive capabilities, the statistics tell a very different story. Throughout this playoff run, New England has demonstrated a unique ability to neutralize even the most high-powered offenses, holding teams to an average of just over 8 points per game. This level of defensive consistency is something the Seahawks have not yet encountered, and it could very well become a defining factor in the upcoming showdown. At the heart of this defensive dominance is the interior line, a unit that has consistently disrupted offensive schemes and applied relentless pressure in the trenches. Players like Milton Williams and Christian Barmore have become forces to be reckoned with, consistently winning individual battles against opposing linemen, generating sacks, and altering the timing of quarterbacks with remarkable efficiency and precision. Their performance is not only about raw athleticism, but also about discipline, awareness, and the ability to execute under the highest levels of pressure. The depth and versatility of the Patriots' defensive line further amplify the challenges facing their opponents. Williams and Barmore do not only excel individually. The way they complement each other on the field creates constant dilemmas for opposing offensive coordinators. When one player is focused on by double teams, it opens opportunities for the other to make plays, turning standard offensive plans into high-risk propositions. This strategic advantage has been executed to perfection throughout the playoffs, and it has forced teams to constantly adjust in real time. Adding to this mix is the potential return of edge rushers such as Harold Landry and the emerging role of Ponder KC, creating a defensive front capable of dominating on multiple fronts. For a quarterback like Sam Darnold, who has relied heavily on timing, rhythm, and high-tempo passing schemes to find success, facing this kind of cohesive and relentless interior pressure presents an entirely new challenge. Darnold has shown vulnerabilities under sustained pressure, and the Patriots' ability to collapse the pocket and force quick decisions could significantly disrupt Seattle's offensive flow, leaving even experienced players with very little room for error and demanding instantaneous adaptability on every snap. It is also essential to examine the context of New England's playoff journey. Critics who suggest that the team has avoided elite defenses are overlooking the fact that the Patriots have faced squads that consistently rank near the top in defensive efficiency. Throughout this postseason, New England has faced the Texans, the Broncos, the Chargers, and even the Seahawks themselves, with multiple opponents featuring defenses ranked among the top 10 in the league. The narrative that the Patriots have enjoyed an easy path is simply inaccurate. The team has consistently adapted to varied offensive strategies, from pass-heavy schemes to ground-focused attacks, demonstrating the ability to maintain coverage, gap discipline, and pressure simultaneously. This balance between pass and run defense is what makes the Patriots particularly dangerous in high-stakes matchups. They have proven adept at shutting down elite passing attacks by forcing quarterbacks into tight windows and minimizing big play opportunities, while simultaneously excelling against run-heavy offenses through disciplined gap control and effective penetration. This ability to balance defensive responsibilities across multiple dimensions positions the team as a formidable obstacle in a Super Bowl scenario where preparation, timing, and execution are all critical factors. The impact of the interior defensive line cannot be overstated, especially when considering its influence on quarterback performance. Pressure generated from the middle is among the most effective ways to disrupt timing and force errors, and Milton Williams and Christian Barmore have repeatedly demonstrated their mastery of this dynamic. Their ability to penetrate offensive lines, collapse pockets, and apply consistent pressure has led to turnovers, momentum swings, and even entire games being influenced by a single series. For quarterbacks like Darnold, who have historically displayed inconsistency under pressure, this presents a significant obstacle. The Seahawks' offensive line will be under immense scrutiny, tasked with countering the interior dominance of a unit that has shown no mercy throughout the playoffs. Every play becomes a test of skill, focus, and adaptability, and the Patriots' interior line has proven repeatedly that they are up to the challenge. The subtle coordination between the defensive tackles, linebackers, and secondary creates layers of pressure that magnify mistakes and force offenses into uncomfortable situations, demonstrating that the Patriots' approach is as strategic as it is physical. Beyond the physical dominance, the mental and experiential edge possessed by the Patriots plays a critical role. Having navigated the pressures of playoff football multiple times, the players understand not just the physical intensity of the Super Bowl, but the psychological demands as well. This composure enables them to execute intricate defensive schemes without hesitation, even in the most high-stakes moments. For the Seahawks, encountering this level of mental sharpness for the first time in a championship setting represents an additional challenge. New England's defensive unit operates with rhythm, timing, and cohesion perfected over weeks of preparation, and any lapse in concentration can lead to significant consequences. The combination of physical prowess, mental toughness, and strategic execution makes this defense uniquely formidable, requiring opposing offenses to remain precise, adaptable, and exceptionally disciplined. Against a unit like this, every snap is magnified, and the ability to perform under pressure becomes just as important as talent or athleticism. The role of the Patriots' secondary and linebackers further strengthens the defensive blueprint. Players like Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez have excelled in coverage, shrinking passing lanes, forcing quarterbacks into tight windows, and limiting the effectiveness of deep routes. When paired with a disruptive interior line, the effect is amplified, as opposing quarterbacks are pressured both physically and mentally. The synergy between the defensive front and the backfield creates a multi-layered challenge, where timing, spacing, and anticipation are continually tested. For a team like the Seahawks, which relies heavily on quick reads, timing, and rhythm, this combination magnifies the risk of errors and disrupts the natural flow of their offense. New England's statistical dominance is therefore not an anomaly, but a direct result of disciplined coaching, preparation, and the flawless execution of a defensive philosophy built on disruption and opportunism. Each defensive series becomes a battle of patience, adaptability, and precision. Offensive injuries also remain a focal point of pre-Super Bowl discussion. Questions surrounding the health of Drake may have drawn attention, especially following a late-season shoulder impact. Reports indicate that he is expected to be ready for the matchup. But even with a healthy quarterback, the pressure from the Patriots' interior defensive line remains a significant factor. The ability to generate consistent interior pressure, force hurried decisions, and collapse the pocket tests both timing and poise, challenging the quarterback to adapt instantly while maintaining accuracy and focus. This scenario exemplifies the importance of coordination between the defensive line and secondary, where consistent pressure complements coverage and magnifies mistakes. New England has mastered this interplay, and it is likely to play a central role in determining the effectiveness of the Seahawks' offensive game plan, highlighting once again why the Patriots' defensive approach has been so dominant throughout the postseason. Finally, the Patriots' strategic defensive framework reveals a highly adaptable and calculated approach. By emphasizing interior penetration, edge containment, and versatile secondary coverage, the team creates a series of interconnected challenges that opponents must constantly navigate. Every adjustment made by the Seahawks will be met with a prepared response, and the ability to perform under pressure will be tested on every play. Milton Williams and Christian Barmore anchor this strategy, providing both the physical disruption and psychological edge necessary to dictate the flow of the game. Their performance throughout the playoffs has exemplified how a well-coordinated interior line can serve as the foundation for a championship-caliber defense. And as the Super Bowl draws near, these elements combine to form a blueprint that may ultimately determine the outcome of one of the most high-stakes games in football history. As the Patriots continue their march toward the Super Bowl, the focus on the synergy between the defensive line and the rest of the team becomes increasingly apparent. The presence of Milton Williams and Christian Barmore has not only disrupted opposing offenses, but has elevated the performance of every teammate around them. When one defensive tackle attracts double teams, it opens avenues for linebackers and edge rushers to create chaos, turning each snap into a multi-layered challenge for the opposing line. This strategic advantage is compounded by meticulous game planning, which has allowed New England to exploit weaknesses in opponents' defenses consistently throughout the season. For the Seahawks, it means that every offensive play carries significant risk, where timing, precision, and communication are critical to avoiding turnovers, stalled drives, or costly mistakes. The combination of a dominant interior line and disciplined game preparation transforms the Patriots' defense into an almost insurmountable obstacle, where the margin for error is razor-thin and adaptability under pressure is tested to the highest degree. Beyond the physical aspect of this dominance lies a psychological component that is equally formidable. Players who have faced the intensity of playoff football understand the value of composure, and the Patriots exhibit this in abundance. The ability to remain calm under the extreme pressure of the Super Bowl allows them to execute complex defensive schemes flawlessly. For the Seahawks, this represents a substantial challenge, as entering this high-stakes environment without the same depth of playoff experience increases the difficulty of maintaining rhythm and poise. The Patriots' defensive unit operates with a level of synchronization and anticipation that forces opposing quarterbacks to make split-second decisions, often under duress, magnifying the potential for mistakes. This combination of preparation, mental acuity, and execution creates a defense that is not only physically imposing but also strategically sophisticated, requiring opponents to remain vigilant and precise on every single play to avoid being exploited. The interior line's influence extends beyond disrupting offensive flow. It also has a direct impact on game tempo and strategic opportunities. Williams and Barmore excel in collapsing pockets and creating turnovers, which forces offenses to alter their game plans in real time. The presence of these two disruptive forces allows the Patriots to dictate the pace of the game, forcing the Seahawks into uncomfortable situations where timing and precision are constantly challenged. In addition, the secondary and linebacker core provide essential support, maintaining structural integrity and reducing big play opportunities. Players like Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez consistently force quarterbacks into difficult throws, shrink passing windows, and allow the defensive front to maximize its pressure. The cumulative effect is a defense that is multidimensional and difficult to predict, leaving opposing offenses constantly adapting to new threats, which increases the likelihood of errors and turnover opportunities at critical moments. Injury reports and player availability have also added layers of complexity to the upcoming matchup. While Drake May's shoulder was previously a source of concern, indications are that he will be available and ready to perform at a high level. However, the challenges imposed by the Patriots' defensive front remain substantial regardless of a quarterback's health. Every snap, whether it involve a pass or a handoff, becomes a test of timing, poise, and adaptability. The interior line's ability to apply sustained pressure, disrupt reads, and force hurried throws has the potential to create cascading effects throughout the Seahawks offense. The coordination between defensive tackles, edge rushers, and coverage units has been refined to a level where mistakes are magnified, and even small lapses can have significant consequences. New England's approach combines physical dominance with strategic insight, emphasizing disruption, anticipation, and opportunistic playmaking that has defined their postseason success. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The looming snowstorm over Foxborough is already sending shockwaves through the NFL world, and whispers around the Patriots headquarters suggest that this could be more than just a weather story. It might become a tactical advantage unlike any other, as meteorologists warn of a historic blizzard set to blanket the area. Head coach Mike VRABEL has been unusually animated in practice, reportedly greeting reporters with a grin and the chilling proclamation, "Welcome to the frozen hell." The statement has quickly made rounds across sports media, igniting speculation that the Patriots are actively plotting to turn the elements into an asset. Insiders hint that VRABEL's excitement is not mere bravado. Patriots players, known for their disciplined preparation, are said to be conducting specialized drills to simulate extreme snow conditions, from navigating slippery fields to maintaining play precision amid near-whiteout visibility. Rumors suggest that veteran players, particularly those with experience in harsh winter games, are taking on unofficial mentorship roles, guiding rookies through techniques to maintain footing, ball security, and situational awareness in sub-zero conditions. Some analysts speculate that this could be VRABEL's boldest weather gamble yet, a strategic embrace of chaos that has left rival teams scrambling to prepare for what could become a legendary, if unpredictable, environment. Off the record, team insiders hint that the Patriots playbook may already include a series of unconventional, snow-specific strategies. Reports circulating in local sports circles suggest that special teams and rushing plays could be tailored to exploit the anticipated storm, turning slow, snow-laden drives into potential opportunities. Meanwhile, the league schedule makers are reportedly in constant contact with meteorologists, though no contingency has dampened the excitement emanating from Gillette Stadium. Fans, too, are buzzing with anticipation, some fantasizing about the scene of running backs trudging through deep snow and quarterbacks launching passes through icy gusts, a cinematic spectacle that few teams could hope to capitalize on as the Patriots might. Of course, skepticism remains. Critics argue that excessive reliance on weather advantage could backfire, yet VRABEL's confidence statements suggest a readiness to embrace risk. "We thrive where others stumble," he reportedly told staff during a heated locker room briefing. Whether this storm will cement a historic Patriots home field edge or simply become another footnote in the team's long winter lore remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. Foxborough is bracing for more than just snowfall, and the NFL community is watching closely, half in awe, half in trepidation, as the Patriots prepare to welcome everyone to their own version of a frozen battlefield. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.